Esposizione Internazionale di Ciclomotori e Accessori EICMA 2025. Just wrapped up, and the heavyweight ADV segment is about to get messy. We're talking serious firepower here. Bikes pushing 1000cc with premium components that are ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about adventure touring, from Chinese manufacturers dropping bombs on European pricing to Italian exotica getting even more exotic. This year's show revealed 8 machines that are going to shake up the entire segment. Some pack enough tech to make your smartphone jealous, others bring raw power that'll rewrite your definition of adventure capability. Let's dive into the heavyweights that are starting what might just be World War III in the ADV world. The Chinese Revolution, CFMoto 1000 MTX and QJ Motor Rhino 900. Chinese manufacturers aren't playing catch-up anymore, they're setting the pace. 2 bikes prove this point better than anything else. First up, the CFMoto 1000 MTX. This thing is a direct shot across the bow at Honda's Africa Twin, and honestly, it might just land a killing blow. CFMoto took everything they learned from their brilliant 450 MT and 800 MTX models and scaled it up to heavyweight status. We're talking about a 946 cubic centimeter inline twin with 111 horsepower that looks absolutely production ready. Standing in the show, you immediately notice the attention to detail. 48mm KYB inverted suspension in the front, 320mm Brembo brakes, and a Krapovich exhaust system, 21-inch rear and 19-inch front tires, and a massive 8-inch TFT display that makes most European bikes look dated. The designer confirmed this isn't some pie-in-the-sky concept. Production starts in 2026, and they're targeting aggressive pricing. What really caught my attention was the low-mounted fuel tank design with a seat height of 830mm. CFMoto learned from their smaller bikes that center of gravity matters more for real-world riding. The 1000 MTX carries all its fuel low, which should translate to much better handling than top-heavy alternatives, everything in a 222-kilogram pack. The suspension setup deserves special mention. That KYB kit isn't budget stuff. It's the same quality you'd find on premium European machines: remote preload adjustment, full damping control, and travel specs that suggest serious off-road capability. Throw in those rotating clutch levers and Enduro-style foot pegs, and you've got a bike that's ready for serious adventure work right out of the crate. Early pricing rumors suggest this thing could undercut the Africa Twin by several $1,000s while offering higher spec components. If CFMoto delivers on that promise, they're not just competing with Honda. They're making Honda's pricing look ridiculous. Then there's the QJ Motor Rhino 900, which takes a completely different approach to the same problem. This isn't trying to be a dirt-focused adventure bike. It's positioning itself as a touring machine with adventure Italian styling designed by the hands of Studio C creative Giovanni Castiglione and Adrian Morton. The Rhino 900 packs a brand new 900 CFA-C inline triple engine that QJ developed specifically for this platform. Early reports suggest output north of 100 horsepower, which puts it right in the sweet spot for serious touring work. But here's where it gets really interesting. QJ is reportedly offering an AMT automatic transmission option. Automatic transmissions in adventure bikes have been hit or miss, but if QJ can nail the execution, they're opening up the segment to riders who want the capability without the clutch work. That's a potentially huge market that most manufacturers have ignored. The chassis looks properly serious too, structured in bridges to withstand punch and load, inverted Marzocchi forks, and a central monoshock units, and Brembo radial calipers up front, 19 inches at the front and 17 inches at the back, with crossbeams and tubeless tires. The tech package includes TFT display, connectivity, cruise control, heated grips, and even heated seats. This isn't budget Chinese engineering. This is QJ throwing down a serious challenge to established players. What's really wild is that Benelli is developing a sibling model called the Tree K900 using the same platform but with different styling. If both bikes hit the market as planned, you're looking at 2 different takes on the same excellent foundation, both targeting Tiger 900 and Tracer 9 territory with friendlier pricing. The production timeline puts both bikes arriving in 2026, which means we're about to see if Chinese manufacturers can deliver on these ambitious promises based on what CFMoto has already accomplished with their smaller bikes and QJ's track record with the SFT 900. I'd say the odds are pretty good. These aren't just interesting alternatives anymore. They're legitimate threats to European dominance in the heavyweight ADV segment. European elegance fights back. MV Agusta and Ducati responses. While Chinese manufacturers are throwing haymakers with value propositions, European brands are doubling down on what they do best: premium engineering and exotic appeal. Two Italian manufacturers at EICMA showed exactly how they plan to fight back. MV Agusta's Enduro Veloce represents everything that makes Italian motorcycles special, cranked up to 11. This isn't just an adventure bike. It's a rolling piece of mechanical art that happens to be capable of serious off-road work. Walking around the MV stand, you're immediately struck by the level of craftsmanship that goes into every single component. The Enduro Veloce comes in multiple trim levels. We're talking about a bike that features a 931 cubic centimeter inline triple engine that develops 124 horsepower and weighs only 57 kilograms, Sash adjustable electronic suspension, Brembo Stylema, 320mm brakes in the front and 265mm brakes in the rear, carbon fiber wheels, 4 riding modes, 8 traction control levels, launch control, and exhaust work that sounds like a symphony. The attention to detail is obsessive. Even the rear sets are beautifully machined pieces that look more like jewelry than motorcycle components. But here's what separates MV Agusta from the pack. They're not trying to be practical. The Enduro Veloce is designed for riders who want the ultimate expression of adventure touring. Cost be damned. That champagne gold colorway with the Terminioni exhaust system isn't just transportation, it's a statement piece that announces you've arrived. The suspension setup deserves special attention. Those sash units aren't just premium components. They're fully electronic with real-time adjustment capabilities. The bike can literally change its suspension characteristics based on riding conditions, rider input, and terrain demands. It's the kind of technology that trickles down from MotoGP applied to adventure touring. What's really impressive is that despite all this exotic hardware, the Enduro Veloce is still designed to be a legitimate adventure machine. Those knobby tires aren't just for show, and the bash plates come standard. The brand understands that their customers want capability to match the prestige. The pricing puts this firmly in exotic territory, but that's exactly the point. MV Agusta isn't competing with CFMoto on value. They're offering something completely different. This is for riders who want the absolute pinnacle of adventure touring technology, wrapped in Italian style that makes everything else look pedestrian. Then there's Ducati's response, which takes a different but equally compelling approach. The Desert X and updated Multistrada V4 Rally show how established players are evolving to meet new challenges. The Desert X represents Ducati's interpretation of what a modern adventure bike should be. It's not trying to be the biggest or most powerful. Instead, it focuses on being the most capable in the widest range of conditions. The 937 cubic centimeter V2 IVT engine provides 110 horsepower, plenty of power without being overwhelming, while the chassis strikes a brilliant balance between on-road comfort and off-road capability. It's planned to weigh 451 pounds dry. What makes the Desert X special is how Ducati approached the design philosophy. This isn't a street bike with adventure pretensions. It's built from the ground up to handle serious off-road work while still being comfortable for long-distance touring. The 21-inch front wheel, long travel suspension, and upright riding position all point to genuine dirt capability. The Multistrada V4 Rally takes the opposite approach: maximum technology and power for riders who want the ultimate adventure touring weapon. The engine produces a massive power of 170 horsepower, while the electronic suspension with adaptive DSS-EVO, radar-guided cruise control, and comprehensive rider aids create a bike that's more sophisticated than most cars. Both Ducati approaches represent the European response to Chinese value propositions. You can't compete on price, so you compete on capability, technology, and brand prestige. These bikes offer experiences that simply can't be replicated at lower price points. The question is whether European premium positioning can withstand the value assault from Chinese manufacturers. Based on what I saw at the show, the answer seems to be differentiation rather than direct competition. The established powers adapt. Triumph, Harley, and Moto Guzzi. The heavyweight ADV segment isn't just about newcomers throwing punches. The established players are throwing some serious counterpunches of their own. Three manufacturers showed exactly how experience and heritage can evolve to meet modern challenges. Triumph's Tiger 900 Rally Pro 2026 represents the British approach to adventure evolution. Take what already works brilliantly and make it even better. Triumph has been perfecting the Tiger formula for decades, and the 2026 Rally Pro shows they're not resting on their reputation. This isn't a ground-up redesign. It's surgical improvements to an already excellent platform. The 888 cubic centimeter triple engine with 108 horsepower remains the heart of the package, but Triumph has refined the power delivery and updated the electronics package for 2026. What makes the Tiger special isn't just the power output, it's how that power gets delivered. The triple engine character provides torque down low for technical riding, but revs freely when you need highway performance. It's the kind of engine versatility that comes from years of real-world development rather than engineering theory. The Rally Pro designation means serious off-road capability. We're talking about long travel Showa suspension, 21-inch front and 71-inch rear spoked wheels, bash plates, and aggressive tread patterns that can handle everything from fire roads to single track. But here's what Triumph does better than most. They don't sacrifice on-road manners for off-road capability. The Tiger 900 Rally Pro is equally at home carving canyon roads or crossing continents on highways. The electronics package reflects modern expectations without overwhelming the rider. 7-inch TFT display, traction control, ABS, 6 riding modes, and cruise control all come standard, but they're implemented in ways that enhance rather than complicate the riding experience. Triumph understands that adventure riders want technology that works seamlessly in the background, not systems that require constant attention. What's really impressive is how Triumph maintains the Tiger's character while updating for modern demands. This still feels like a proper British adventure bike. Solid, dependable, and capable of handling whatever you throw at it. The 2026 updates just make it better at everything it already did well. Then there's Harley-Davidson's Pan America 1250 ST, which represents perhaps the most dramatic transformation in motorcycling. Harley went from being synonymous with chrome and cruisers to building one of the most capable adventure bikes on the market. The ST variant shows they're serious about competing in this segment long-term. The 1250 cubic centimeter Revolution Max engine is the star of the show. This isn't adapted cruiser technology, it's a ground-up design specifically for adventure touring. The power delivery is massive but controllable, with enough torque to pull you out of any situation while providing the kind of highway performance that makes long-distance touring effortless. What makes the Pan America special is how Harley approached the entire package. The adaptive ride height system automatically adjusts suspension based on conditions and load. The electronic suite includes everything you'd expect from a premium adventure bike, but it's all integrated in ways that feel intuitive rather than overwhelming. The ST designation adds touring-focused features like larger fuel capacity, improved wind protection, and luggage mounting systems. This isn't just an adventure bike. It's designed specifically for riders who want to cover serious distances in comfort and style. Moto Guzzi's Stelvio 2026 takes yet another approach. Classic Italian character updated for modern adventure demands. The transverse V-twin engine layout creates a unique riding experience that's immediately recognizable as Guzzi. That engine character isn't just about nostalgia. The low center of gravity and unique power delivery create handling characteristics that work brilliantly for adventure touring. The 2026 updates focus on reliability and modern conveniences while maintaining the Stelvio's distinctive character. Updated electronics, improved ergonomics, and refined suspension tuning address previous criticisms while keeping everything that makes the Stelvio special. These established manufacturers prove that experience matters. While newcomers focus on specifications and value propositions, these bikes offer something harder to quantify: decades of development, testing, and refinement that create riding experiences you can't replicate with better components alone. What this means for riders. Here's the reality. We're witnessing the most significant shift in the heavyweight ADV market since the original Africa Twin launched. These 8 bikes represent 3 completely different philosophies fighting for your attention, and each one makes compelling arguments. The Chinese revolution is real, and it's happening faster than anyone expected. CFMoto's 1000 MTX and QJ Motors Rhino 900 aren't just competitive alternatives, they're legitimate threats to European dominance. When you can get KYB suspension, Brembo brakes, and premium electronics for thousands less than established competitors, the value proposition becomes impossible to ignore. CFMoto has already proven they can deliver on promises with their smaller bikes, and if they execute the 1000 MTX properly, Honda and even BMW will suddenly look overpriced. But here's what's really interesting. These aren't just cheaper copies. The CFMoto brings genuine innovation with its low-mounted fuel tank design and comprehensive electronics package. QJ Motors' automatic transmission option could open the segment to entirely new riders. These manufacturers are thinking differently about what adventure bikes should be, not just how to make them cheaper. European manufacturers are responding exactly as you'd expect by doubling down on premium positioning and exotic appeal. MV Agusta's Enduro Veloce isn't trying to compete on value because it doesn't need to. When you're selling mechanical art that happens to be incredibly capable, price becomes secondary to desire. Ducati's approach with the Desert X and Multistrada V4 Rally shows how established premium brands maintain relevance through technology, capability, and brand prestige that can't be easily replicated. The established powers like Triumph, Harley, and Moto Guzzi are playing a different game entirely. They're selling decades of development, proven reliability, and riding experiences that come from years of real-world testing. The Tiger 900 Rally Pro doesn't need to be revolutionary because it's already excellent. Harley's Pan America proves American engineering can compete globally when properly focused. Moto Guzzi's Stelvio offers character that simply can't be manufactured. For riders, this creates the best buying environment in adventure touring history. Want maximum value with premium components? The Chinese options deliver need the ultimate expression of motorcycle art? MV Agusta has you covered. Prefer proven reliability with modern updates? Triumph and Harley offer exactly that. The real winners are adventure riders who now have legitimate choices across every price point and capability level. Whether you're budget-conscious or money-no-object, there's a heavyweight ADV that matches your priorities perfectly. In conclusion, this heavyweight ADV war benefits everyone who loves adventure touring. More competition means better bikes at every price point. Drop your thoughts on which of these 8 machines catches your attention most. I'll be reading every comment. Subscribe for more industry analysis.